And so, cold Christian yoga is possible?
No, it's not possible. Because when we talk about Christian yoga, it's like we are talking about Christian magic or Christian Ouija, and that's impossible. However, today there are many attempts to mix yoga with Christian prayer. For example, preparing for Christian prayer with Oriental meditations or with breathing exercises, in aim to improve focus, like practicing centering prayer or mindfulness, for example. Unfortunately, such practices have infiltrated into the church in the West and are practiced by some priests and monastic orders. This applies not just for yoga practices, but other techniques such as Enneagram, sophrology, hypnosis, and human empowerment techniques such as NLP, Neuro-linguistic Programming, Gestalt, and other alternative psychological therapies. Indeed, we cannot confuse yoga with Christianity and talk about Christian yoga for several reasons. First, if we go back to the history of Christianity and the tradition of the Holy Church, we find that many pagan matters were changed by Christians to worship the Lord, the one God. But concerning yoga, the matter differs because we are talking about a complete, integrated system rooted in pagan mysticism, which is impossible to make Christian. Because everything in yoga, every direction, every movement, every sound, and every posture has a spiritual meaning and consequences on the spiritual level, as we talked about in the previous videos about asanas, mantras, mudras, etc. Here I recall a verse that the Lord said about the new piece and the old garment, and how we cannot sew the old garment with a new one, so the tear is made worse, as we read in Mark chapter 2, verse 21. Secondly, the two paths are contradictory. The path of yoga runs in the opposite to direction with the path of Christian meditation. I'll explain how. In yoga, consciousness and the senses are disrupted on the pretext of reaching a higher level of consciousness. This is not true, because the level of consciousness is actually modified to what is below normal consciousness, just as it happens in hypnosis, anesthesia, sedatives, and drug use, according to the testimony of doctors, as we have explained in previous episodes. On the other hand, in Christian meditation, a self-emptying and suspension of the senses that are in a state of astonishment, the worshipper remains in a state of alertness and full awareness. Third, in yoga there is neither bilateral nor dialogue with another party, but with the self. It's a kind of self-worship and narcissism. Father Joseph-Marie Verlinde talks about this perversion through his experience as an ex-former practitioner of transcendental meditation, and says that the meditator gets a self-ecstasy, while in Christian contemplation there is always dualism and a sense of otherness. The meditator is fully aware of the presence of the other, who is God. It's a dialogue between two persons, man and God. It's a dialogue of love. I will talk about other reasons in the next episode.